as the Miami Hurricanes take on the 19th ranked Iowa. Good. Safe Esho set to throw it in the air, and we are underway with Kyle tipping it back to Jessica Peterson. Away we go on the Saturday night in Orlando. 5th meeting all time between these teams. Iowa has won the other 4.
Iowa starting off in the player-to-player and forced the turnover.
Rashea Kyle trying to go over the top. Pass was deflected.
And Miami wants to be very physical on the defensive end.
Stremlow off the handoff from Hayden with a finger roll. A collision as the 2 post players go down. Kyle and Hayden slow to get back to the other end of the floor. That should help ease Stremlow in. She scores a bucket on the first possession.
She's ready for this moment. She showed that with the 12 points, 4 assists in the win over Baylor. She did start a year ago around this same time in the Thanksgiving tournament, so she's ready.
Hayden on the block against Kyle.
Miami trying to ice the on-ball screens, keeping the ball on the side of the floor.
Stolke with 10 on the shot clock, back to Taylor McCabe. Bierbach now with 5. Stremlow has to cut it loose from 3. Stolke taps the rebound to keep the possession alive. Terrific pass by McCabe, and Stolke with a finish. Gal Raviv, step back 3. She was terrific here on Thursday night. 20. As Christy mentioned, stepping into a new role, asked to be the primary scorer for the Hawkeyes this season.
I think it's key for Miami against this Iowa offense. They have got to disrupt the pattern, the flow, because when Iowa can play with pace in the half court, they're really tough to beat.
There's Jen Jensen, 2nd season as the Iowa head coach, 26th season at Iowa, longtime assistant to Lisa Bluter. And she was an unbelievable player in high school and college. Talk about that as the night goes along.
Overload for Miami and great team defense against Rashea Kyle down low.
Renee Adams finds Amarachi Kimpson off the back iron with that 3, and Hayden pulls it down.
The unique thing with both of these teams is they're playing 2 posts. They can both face or both post up. Great footwork.
Hayden, quick first step on Kyle, and she lays it in.
I asked Trisha Culp about the low post defense. She said, we really don't want them to get it. We're going to try to crowd them. So far, not much success.
Kimpson, off balance, got it to go and 1. First bucket for Miami comes from Amarachi Kimpson, transfer from UNLV.
Well, Miami need a bucket. It is Kimpson off the bounce, little change of pace. Just elevates through the contact.
Kimpson's free throw pops in and out. Miami has been awful at the line. Kimpson with a steal on the bucket. She's got all 4 for the Canes.
How much offense can Miami create off of turnovers tonight will be a big key if they're going to get the upset.
Bierbach puts it on the deck. Bounce pass inside. Stolke a little too strong. Adams didn't get much help with that screen from Natalie Wetzel, freshman who's checked in for Miami. Good denial by Bierbach. That's Iowa's best perimeter defender guarding Raviv. A deflection, and Iowa turns Miami over. Stokey going to work on the freshman. Score it with a left. Iowa 4 of 6 so far from the field. Good start offensively for the Hawkeyes.
I think it's a great start for Iowa defensively as well. They're getting through screens, forced Miami late shot clocks, and the tough shots.
Hayden again keeping Kyle off the glass. It'll be great to watch those two outstanding post players go head-to-head tonight. Candace Pettigrew is going to come in to give Kyle a break for Tricia Cullop.
I expect her to have a really uptick in the win column this season with this crew at Miami.
Brought in a recruiting class that was rated as the 10th best in the country. Indication of a bright future for Miami.
I think for this Miami team, they just need time together on the court. They need the reps together to learn one another's games, especially with a talent like Raviv.
Adams with Addie Deal giving her space, opts not to take the three. Quick first step. Kimson couldn't pay it off. Feuerbach up ahead. How about that pass? Layla Hayes, the recipient of a dime from Kylie Feuerbach. And Hayes is down at the other end of the floor. Now she's to her feet, but struggling to get down. Stokey the rebound, and the officials will stop play to give Hayes a chance for 6'5" freshman center. So Hayden back in after a short break as Iowa navigates the Miami pressure. Addie Deal open three, off the back rim, pulled in by Pettigrew. Kimson wide open, had a toe on the line. Not able to hit what would have been a deep two. What a pass down the floor. Hayden fouled by Pettigrew.
Here's the scouting report if you're going to defend Iowa. If you're a post player, you better sprint and transition because Iowa's posts are going to rim run. This time, it's Hayden getting to the free throw line. Great outlet pass by Stokey. Head up. They find Hayden sprinting the floor.
How about that pass by Stremlo on a line?
Stremlo's making great decisions. And when I asked Jan Jensen about the loss of Chit Chat Wright, she said that Stremlo's going to start point guard. She said, but it really hurts our rotations because I can put Taylor Stremlo in at the 1, 2, or 3. And I said, well, who's going to fill that void? She said, oh, without a doubt, it's Addie Deal.
Deal out there right now for Iowa, number 7 in white. Victoria Blossigan for the first time for Miami.
We've talked a lot about the post offense, but the post defense has been really good. The guards have to be on point and ready to deliver it when they catch it.
Raviv the jumper for Miami. Behind the back, Stremlo to Hayden. Another dime from Iowa's sophomore point guard. Tricia Cullop trying to get a set called. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Raviv's one-handed pass deflected. Hayden stripped it away from Kimson.
Stremlo just playing with so much confidence. The ball pressure's not bothering her a bit.
Feuerbach short with the three. Kyle taps the rebound.
Great box out by Wetzel. Kyle needs to get a touch, and this is what I was talking about earlier. She's had some low post opportunities. She's had the seal. The guards have just been late trying to get her the ball.
Raviv bounces it inside. Kyle around Hayden for the bucket.
Nice pass, nice finish. Iowa running this triangle offense.
Stremlo for Hayden. Tried to find Stokey. Pass was deflected. Timpson, nobody down there to rebound from Miami. The deep two.
Yeah, not the shot Miami needed in that moment.
Vlasic takes it away from Feuerbach. Back-to-back Iowa turnovers. Vlasic, deep three. Rattles it home, Victoria Vlasic. Now, she loves shooting here in State Farm Arena. Had a great game in this event last year with South Florida. And she had a season high 11 points with 3 threes here on Thursday night. Deal on the baseline. Revive had it deflected, and she was the last to touch it. We stay with Iowa, 62 seconds to go, and each team making multiple changes.
A lot of players breathing hard because of the up and down nature of this game. One thing for Miami, when Kyle is on the floor for them, they need to get her touches. They need to take advantage of the minutes she's playing.
Taylor McCabe in for the first time for Iowa, along with Journey Houston, promising 5'11" freshman. Houston, the three off the side of the rim. That's her first three-point attempt of the year. Deal goes under the screen. Vlasic unable to make her pay. 2-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Final half minute of this first quarter. Stokey will take the free throw line jumper. And an air ball.
You never want to shoot as a second option. I would have loved to see Stokey just catch and shoot immediately.
So Miami a chance for the last shot of the quarter with 16.7 to go. Deal, hard contest. Vlasic with the drive and the finish. Nice finger roll by Victoria Vlasic. Emily Rodriguez does not get a shot away. And Miami.
Now Jay Baranchek, head coach at Oklahoma, Jamie Cavey, Megan Gustafson, Monica Sedano, and of course, we all know now Ava Hayden, and probably Layla Hayes will be the next in a long line of great post players that Jan Jensen has developed.
Hannah Stolke with the bucket and the foul. She'll have a chance for three. Really enjoyed our conversation with Ava Hayden earlier today. She was remarkably composed for someone who's so young in her basketball career, and you get a sense that Jan Jensen instills so much confidence in her players that regardless of what she asks them to do, they step out on the floor knowing that they have the ability to achieve it.
I mean, Jan Jensen's been a winner. Collegiately as a player, every level of coaching, and she's a tremendous teacher, and you saw that in all her practices. Absolutely instills confidence. She instructs in a positive manner. She gets the most out of her players, and probably more importantly, she gets a whole lot of the post players that come to Iowa.
It pops in and out for Kyle. That last bucket, by the way, for Stolke takes her over 1,200 points in her career.
And I probably should have included Stolke in that list too. I was thinking of true low post players. Stolke's done a little bit of 4 and 5 throughout her career. Cheap foul by Kyle there.
The officials had let a lot of contact go between Kyle and Hayden in the post, really allowing those two to go at it.
All 4 posts that have been on the floor, they have allowed them to battle. It's been fun to watch.
McCabe, quick release, and she buries it. Terrific three-point shooter. She's made more than anyone on the Iowa team.
Taylor McCabe probably with the game-winning steal to solidify that win over Baylor on Thursday night. And Austin, that was her first made 2-point bucket of the entire season. That's a 3-point shooter in my mind. Nearly
90% of her field goal attempts are from 3-point range as Kyle continues to go at it with Hayden.
Yeah, but if you're McCabe, why settle for a 2 when you know you're going to make the 3?
Absolutely.
We were talking about this during the break, that Kyle looked to start getting a little winded because she is battling on both ends. I'll say this again. I think it's really important for Miami to get her the low post touches when she is on the floor. She's working hard to get the positioning.
Kyle's been terrific at the line this year. She's 75%. But Miami as a team, 58.4%. That's 340th out of 359 Division I teams.
So there's room for improvement, is what you're saying.
That is a positive spin on that, to be sure.
I think it's tough early part of the season not to overreact to those kind of stats, because who's taking those free throws?
It's something that Tricia Cullip says drives her crazy over there on the sideline. She talked about how her teams at Toledo were always high percentage, up near 80%. So to have Miami's early season struggle, she doesn't understand. There's Rashea Kyle with a free throw line jumper.
Well, great pass by Blazic.
A 4-point game feels like, with as well as Iowa's played, that they're up by more than that, but Miami right there. Tegan Mullaney bounces it inside to Hayden. Beautiful little jump hook.
I was just about to say, if you're a little post player at home, you need to be watching our two Lowe's battle, both offensively and defensively. It's about positioning and doing your work early.
8 points for Hayden. She's 3 for 3 from the field. Kyle, deep two. Well, Miami's taken several of those shots right inside the three-point line. Imagine Iowa will live with that kind of shot all night.
Well, when you look at Iowa statistics on this season, teams take a lot of threes because of their pack line defense. Now the key is, can you make the threes?
Adams with a head of steam, cut off by McCabe. Here's Kyle going to work on Hayden. Tegan Mullaney in the post. Blocked by Wetzel. Well, it is tough on these post players right now with the game going up and down. Timpson long with the three.
I'll challenge it. Yes, it's the pace up and down, but it's also how much they're working in the low block area. It is extremely hard to work for positioning as well as hold the positioning and defend that positioning.
Hayden patiently hits the turnaround.
Intentional with her moves in her decision making.
4 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line for Ava Hayden as Jessica Peterson banks it in. Great ball pressure from Timpson.
Well, it's kind of that chicken and egg for Miami. They need to score to extend into that full court pressure.
A reach-in foul there against Jessica Peterson. Stremolo going to check out. Emily Rodriguez comes back in for Iowa.
Looking to go up and in.
Deal has it poked away. A jump ball. The Arrow's going to keep it with Iowa. Layla Hayes back out there for the Hawkeyes. 6'5" freshman center. Injured her ankle on a layup in the first quarter. Got some treatment, and good to see her back out there.
Miami's so physical on all the screens, just trying to keep the flow and the cuts of Iowa, just disrupting those patterns that they like to run in the offense.
And Miami spent a lot of time at its shoot-around this morning with associate head coach Jesse Ivey going over Iowa's baseline out-of-bounds plays. Wanted to make sure her team understood how to defend Iowa's complicated sets. Blazic trying to turn the corner, illegal screen on Peterson, and she picks up 2 quick fouls.
And on cue, here comes Kyle back in the game. Peterson trying to set this on-ball screen. Easy call for the official.
So Trisha Cullop not able to give Kyle much of a break because Peterson picked up the 2 fouls.
Deal moving into this point guard role now with Stremlo on the bench.
Rodriguez trying to re-enter into Hayes. Those two not on the same page. Kimpson right into Deal and a foul call.
I almost feel like if Kimpson could have just hesitated, taken to the wing, she was going to have Kyle with the rim run for the high percentage look, but instead she challenges Deal, draws the foul, and gets to the free throw line.
Kimpson, a transfer from UNLV, where she averaged nearly 15 per game last year, all Mountain West. 12 of the 14 players on this Miami roster are new to the program. Talented group of freshmen and one of the nation's best portal classes as well. Soma Okolo into the game, and an offensive rebound off the missed free throw. Okolo alone underneath, blocked by McCabe. What a recovery from Iowa defensively.
Well, it's a great find by Kyle to Okolo on the weak side, but McCabe doesn't give up on the play, comes in from the backside to get the block. I mean, Austin, to your earlier point, there are 4 transfers on the floor for Miami right now and 1 freshman. A lot of new faces, new places right now.
Shot clock at 3. Blossig with a clean look. That was just long. Shot clock buzzer went off. Players stopped for a minute, but no whistle. Deal asking for a screen. Great ball pressure from Blossig. Deal down the lane, countered and a foul.
Addie Deal, realizing the shot clock's getting skinny, uses the on-ball screen and then just looks to attack, and Osho comes in there with the body. Deal on the floor, but with the and one.
Deal unable to hit. Jan Jensen told us to shoot around today. She was hoping that tonight would be a breakout performance from Addie Deal. Again, thrust into a larger role than she has had at any point this season because of the injury to Chit Chat Wright. And Deal, much like Stremlo, rising to the occasion. Rodriguez up through Kimpson. McCabe, the offensive rebound. Adams comes out of there with it. She picked up her dribble. That's a double dribble.
She definitely double dribbled, but how in the world did Anae Adams get off the floor to get the loose ball to begin with? So there she's helping the official, a little bit of the travel. Scrum there, she's on the floor, and look how quickly she gets up to get it. And then she gathered the ball at half court, dribbled again. That's the double dribble call.
Adams playing a much larger role this season. Played 29 games last year, but only had 1 start. Averaged a little less than 4 points per game. And Trisha Cullop raved about Adams and her energy, her positive spirit, and how important she is to this team emotionally.
Well, she's the glue on both ends of the floor. She's always talking. She keeps everyone together and on the correct page in terms of the offense or defensive call. And tremendous effort always from that young lady.
It's the reason she was selected by her teammates as a captain.
I mean,
Stremlo back out there for Iowa. Shot clock is at 5. Stolke has to do it herself. Attacking Wetzel, up and good.
that was an ISO for Stolke to go one-on-one. I'm not sure she was supposed to go to the left because there was traffic there. She did anyway and was able to finish. Time. I mean, so much talk about Hannah Stolke when she first arrived at Iowa. And she busted on the scene as a freshman, rim running, just being a receiver for Caitlin Clark in transition, and did so many great things to help this team get to a Final Four.
Great pressure by Kimson. Stremlo able to get it across the timeline, and then she gets it back from Rodriguez. Stremlo running the floor, gets the easy deuce.
We talk about the post play, but 7 assists right now for Iowa. Very selfless passing by the Hawkeyes.
And they averaged more than 22 assists per game. Top 5 in the country. Adams, for the second time, a Miami shot wedges against the backboard.
But Okolo clears it out. Trouble breaking the press. Iowa just gets it across in time. And then Rodriguez in the middle of the floor finds Stremlo streaking on the backside and sets her up for 2. Something Miami's going to have to do. And by the way, when the ball gets wedged, it's a jump ball. Possession, Miami. But they're cheating on the weak side to help give support against Kyle in the low block. Miami's going to have to knock down some of these outside shots.
Kyle picks up the dribble against Hayden. She got hit in the head. Hayden apologized, but no whistle. Raviv, step back 3. Got it. Clean stroke from Gal Raviv, the transfer from Quinnipiac. Stremlo got free on the baseline.
Tremendous change of pace by Taylor Stremlo there to get that open for that layup.
Adams with a baseline drive. Kimson, contact with Stremlo there. Stremlo kind of undercut Kimson once she was in the air. And the foul against Stremlo is her second.
On offense, Stremlo, quick crossover or through the legs, and then it's that hesitation that gets Raviv's feet to go dead, and she takes it to the other side for the reverse layup.
Kyle was there, looked like she was going to cut Stremlo off, and then Kyle left to go take Hayden.
Maybe play the odds there because you just assume the point guard might dump off. It was the right read by Stremlo.
She heads to the bench with those 2 fouls.
That might be the only thing that will slow her down here this evening. Her decision-making has been on point. She's taking care of the basketball as well.
6 points, 2 assists for Stremlo. Kimson's been the most aggressive player for Miami offensively. She's got 5 of them rather have come at the free throw line. Adams with a steal. Took it away from Deal right into Stolke, and Miami right back to the free throw line.
So now a little adversity for Iowa. Chit Chat right out due to injury. Stremlo now on the bench with the 2 fouls. Addie Deal being forced to handle this full court pressure. She gets picked. Adams gets the take. Adams gets to the free throw line.
These will be the 9th and 10th free throws of the quarter taken by Miami. And they're 8 for 10 at the line this quarter. It's helped them get back into the game. Just a 4-point margin with under 90 seconds to go. Deal, left hand up and around Kyle.
The freshman is fearless, attacks the post player for Miami and goes right by her.
Raviv, another tough 2 for Miami. Hayden's got it on the block against Kyle. Well, this has been an exhibition of post play in this first half for sophomore Ava Hayden.
Busted play right now. Miami's just now trying to get into an on-ball screen to get some kind of offense going.
Raviv had her pass deflected, so it'll stay with Miami. 6 seconds on the shot clock and 13.4 remaining in the second quarter.
It's really a difficult area of the floor to inbound the ball. Unless you throw it up to Kyle.
Bierbach comes over to double and takes it away. Deal with 5. Adams gets the rebound. She'll have a chance from beyond midcourt. And that takes us to halftime. Efficient offense from the Iowa Hawkeyes. 51% from the floor, 12 points for Ava. Again, Iowa without its starting point guard Chit Chat Wright, injured here on Thursday night. Hayden quickly to the rim. What a quick first step from the sophomore, and she's still perfect from the field.
It's the hands, it's the footwork, it's the decision making, all on in full effect for Ava Hayden, and the rebounding.
Clears the glass after the miss by Raviv. And this is the largest lead of the game right now for Iowa. Hayden didn't like it from the free throw line, backs it out. McCabe, quick release, short with that 3. Kyle wanted the ball, Kimson never got it to her, and then Kyle called for the foul. Second foul on Kyle.
Well, Kyle did the rim run, and Kimson just need to take another dribble baseline side. That's a tough call for Kyle.
Especially given the amount of contact that the officials allowed throughout the first half.
Agreed.
Stremlow backs it out. Stolke recovers the errant pass. Her shot well short. It didn't hit the rim. Shot clock didn't reset. Stremlow sees it. Her 3 off the mark. And a foul against Stolke.
Stolke lost her balance, and on her way down, she was pulling on Peterson.
Second foul on Stolke, and the first sub of the second half for Miami is freshman Meredith Tipner.
Somehow Miami's got to get this pace up. And the best way to do that is to get a bucket so they can set up in some full court pressure and try to turn Iowa over for some easier half court scoring opportunities.
Kimson elevates for 3. Backside rebound by Peterson. She knocks it out to Raviv. Bodies on the floor. Kyle with the easy finish.
Great decision by Raviv to dump it off.
Tipner really working to deny Stremlow. Want to have someone else, force someone else to bring it up.
And that was one thing Tricia Culp talked to us about. Tipner's a tremendous defender.
Hayden to the reverse. She's 7 for 7.
The guards are getting through so many of these on-ball screens for Iowa that's really difficult for Miami to get any kind of advantage.
Kyle with the finish.
Delay of game call on Miami for touching the basketball when it went through the net.
So Tricia Cullip calls on her freshman Meredith Tipner. She makes a good post-entry pass, and the result is a bucket for Kyle. Tipner working really hard defensively. Stremlow got by her, but backs it out. Hayden from the high post. And she got hurt. That's going to be an offensive foul. Hayden lost her balance.
The only thing I think is the official called it because Raviv got her feet. Otherwise, that's a tough call against Hayden.
Yeah, not much there. Second foul on Hayden. She does appear to be okay after stumbling. But she heads to the bench, and Layla Hayes comes on for Iowa. Is this a chance for Miami to make a little run? Raviv is short. Rebound tap to Stremlo. McCabe, quick release. Cannot give her any space. Taylor McCabe with her second three.
Miami going into the, Iowa going into the matchup zone now.
Bounce pass into Kyle. One-on-one with Layla Hayes. Up through the contact.
If I'm Miami right now, I look to get Kyle a touch every possession unless it's transition.
She's in double figures with 11. There's Hayes, got a little screen. Short with the runner. Tipner, baseline drive, out of control, but she's bailed out. The foul is on Hayes. And Hayden comes back on, sending Hayes to the bench. So 2 free throws for Tipner. And Tricia Cullop started recruiting Tipner back in 2022 when she was at Toledo. Was the first to offer, and Tipner was one of the first players that Cullop reached out to when she got the Miami job.
Tricia joke, it is a little bit easier to recruit to Miami than Toledo.
Yeah, they were going after Tipner and Natalie Wetzel. And she admitted, you know, they were better than us at Toledo, but didn't stop us from recruiting them. Hayden back in and back to work. 18 points for Ava Hayden. She's 8 for 8 from the floor. Tipner's shot blocked, slapped out of bounds by Stolke, so it'll stay with Miami.
Tipner just playing with more pace. It's picking it up now for Miami, but there's nothing that is slowing down Ava Hayden. Watch how she just works for that position. She feels the defender on her backside, spins off of her. Tremendous touch around the rim.
She was as composed and as thoughtful as any college sophomore I think I've ever talked to doing these games. When we chatted with her after shoot-around today, she said, I'm very confident with the work I've put in, and when I was given the opportunity, I felt very comfortable because of all the work I had done. Stremlo rebounds the McCabe miss. Stolke with a left hand. Kick ball by Feuerbach to stay with the Canes.
You were talking about Hayden, and I think what really impressed me, because I agree with everything you said, was that she knows that not just her. She said, Stremlo, this whole team, we have to be the best in the role that we have. And she said, we're all ready for the moments because of that.
Kyle with the bucket and the foul, perfectly executed baseline out of bounds set there to make it a 10-point game. You can sense Kyle starting to feel it.
The hard part when you're a post is you need a guard to get you the ball. Baseline out of bounds execution. She comes hard to the rim, gets the feed from Raviv and finishes.
Hayden gets a huge hand as she exits. That foul was on her, so it's her third with 5:06 to go here in the third. Kyle can't hit the free throw. Okolo had a chance for the rebound and lost her balance. Stremlo, the skip to McCabe.
Been really impressed with Iowa. They haven't gotten sped up with this full court pressure.
Adams went through McCabe, no whistle, now a jump ball, and the possession arrow will give it to the Canes. Game so far this year.
She was ready when her number was called, and she just continues to expand probably the expectations that will be placed upon her because she keeps delivering for the Hawkeyes.
Quite a performance tonight. 18 points, 8 of 8 from the floor, 2 of 2 at the free throw line. Okolo defended well by Hayes. Shot clock at 4. Kyle off the front rim with that deep jumper.
I think if I am Miami, you need more ball pressure around the perimeter to help with the low post play right now.
Kyle shoved Hayes as she came across the lane. Third foul on Rashea Kyle.
Looks like Trisha Culp's going to go with her.
Gotta be careful here. Hayes has it on the block, drops off for Stokey.
Smart move by Kyle, though. On the catch by Hayes, she popped off of her.
Hayes went into Kyle. Okolo came over to help. Shot clock running down. It's Feuerbach long with the 3, and Kyle pulls it down. Adams turns the corner and gets a friendly roll.
Iowa just getting the ball out so quick, so Miami came and set up into their full court pressure.
Margins back to single digits. Stremlo, a little hesitation. Shot blocked, but a foul. That's on Okolo.
Taylor Stremlo, 6 points so far in this game. 6 rebounds, 5 assists, only 2 turnovers, and it's the decision making. There, little hesitation, defender's feet goes dead, and then it's the angle that she cuts to get to the rim.
Stremlo, 6 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. First start of the season for her with the injury to Chit Chat Wright. But as you mentioned in the first half, not a totally unfamiliar position. Lucy Olson got hurt in a Thanksgiving event last year. Stremlo was thrust into a starting role, performed really well. Injuries at Thanksgiving tournaments becoming common for Iowa.
Well, I like what Taylor Stremlo said. She goes, I learned immediately by starting them what I needed to work on, and she just keeps getting better and better.
Revive back out there for Miami. Adams unable to turn the corner. Easy steal for Stremlo. Hayes surveys. Revive fell down. McCabe has when Chit Chat Wright went down. She had 4 assists on Thursday and 5 more tonight. Kyle doubled. Blossig flows to the corner but can't hit the 3. Feuerbach along with that 3 and a foul against Hayes. There'll be free throws at the other end for Miami.
Well, and this is where in the first half, Miami started generating some points by getting to the free throw line and knocking them down. Can they capitalize here?
It'll be 2 for Rashea Kyle. Initially, they weren't going to give any free throws, but Table did a good job alerting the officials that Miami is in the bonus. Kyle playing with 3 fouls. 14 points, 7 rebounds for her. Important final 2 minutes here for Miami. You'd love to get this to single digits going to the 4th. Nobody guarding McCabe. She catches and glides in for a rare 2-point field goal.
2 2-point field goals for McCabe on the season, both here at the State Farm Fieldhouse.
Blossig in heavy traffic. Hayes doing a good job denying Kyle. Revive whips it to the corner. Adams, deep 3, and a good box out by Stolke.
I mean, the matchup zone has to be giving the desired effect for the Iowa staff because the guards have just struggled to get the ball inside to Kyle consistently since they've gone to it.
Stremlow steps back. You think back to Thursday night, Iowa went to that matchup zone late. She wanted to go to it in the second half, thinking that that wouldn't give Baylor as much time to adjust. And the Bears were held without a field goal for the final 6+ minutes of that game against the matchup zone.
So you're saying the matchup zone's pretty effective?
I would say so.
Okay. Now, I think when you're talking about defense, you always want to have different things to throw at a team. Could be different presses, could be different matchup zones. It could be just player to player and how you're defending it. You can't do the same thing for 40 minutes and expect to be successful. But the effect right now with the matchup zone is there's always somebody on Kyle and someone near her to help clog up her area to work.
Timpson mid-range jumper is good. She's in double figures with 11. It was an 8-point game at halftime. Iowa's led by as many as 12. Last touch by Okolo, with the Iowa fans here asking for a foul call, showing their displeasure. Iowa chance for a 2-for-1 here if they go quickly. Good job by Raviv and Kimpson on that screen. And there's an illegal screen, offensive foul. It's the third on Hayes.
Well, they're trying to get the handoff. Raviv stops that from happening, so then they do elevator screen, and Hayes we'll just say hip checks her.
Yep. So Miami can make it a single-digit margin with a bucket here. 6-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Raviv, Kimpson a corner three. That rattles home. First three of the night for Kimpson. She missed her first 6. This is as close as Miami has been since the first half.
Really important must stop right now for Miami.
Stokey has space, easily scores. Clock continues to roll. Miami won't get it in bounds before the quarter expires.
Deserves what the coaching staffs deserve. And I'll say this again, hats off to the coaches for wanting to be in this, to want to be challenged by great competition. It grows our game.
Ava Hayden back in, and she continues to deliver. 9 of 9 from the floor. She's got 20 points. New career high made field goals for Hayden tonight.
And she's doing it against a 6'6" defender.
Raviv long with the three. Good job by Blazic to find McCabe, but Stokey left alone inside as Miami couldn't match up.
It's the second great find of the game for McCabe. Miscommunication by the Miami defenders left Stokey wide open down low.
Now 15 assists on 26 made field goals for Iowa. Kimpson, quick release. New career high, season high rather, for Amarachi Kimpson. Miami staying close enough to give you some belief that they have a chance at a comeback. Kimpson pokes it away from Deal. Stokey's got it inside and muscles her way against the freshman.
I mean, especially we talk about Hayden, but Stokey's now up to 17 points herself in this ball game.
Those two combined, 17 for 21 from the field. Kimpson, nice touch. She's up to 19.
Nice drop pass.
Stokey A little bit long on the jumper. Again, Miami a chance to get it to single digits. Kimpson's hit her last two. You get the sense she might want a heat check. Hayden with the rejection. Deal, transition three. Tapped up by Stolke. McCabe retrieves it, and Feuerbach tracks it down. McCabe again, just a little bit long. Stolke offensive rebound. She's got a double-double. Hayden, 15-footer. First miss of the night, but another offensive rebound for Iowa.
Up to 10 now for Iowa as far as second chance opportunities.
Long defensive possession from Miami. Hayden a little bit deeper this time. She's missed back-to-back shots. And finally the Canes clear it with Wetzel.
Felt like we were down on that end of the court for at least probably 70 seconds. Which right now for Miami is precious because they need to get back in this game.
It was almost a full minute that last possession. And Hayden takes it away from Kyle. Kimpson reaching in, aggressive. Jan Jensen.
For their Hawkeyes.
Stolke unable to catch that pass from Stremlow. Even though Caitlin Clark is no longer playing for Iowa, they are still experiencing sellout crowds for this women's team at Carver Hawkeye Arena.
Iowa's been top 10 in attendance each of the last 6 years.
Blazik will step back, pops in, out, and back in.
Blazik was a sure bucket during her tenure at South Florida. She needs to get back to hunting her shots more.
Had 19 here last year against Louisville in a game you and I called. Tipner knocks Hayden down. And a sarcastic cheer from the Iowa faithful, who have been on the officials hard about the amount of contact Miami's made at this end of the floor.
And Miami's a very physical defensive team. His last couple of possessions, they ramped up that intensity, and that's why the fans were letting the officials know their pleasure in that call.
Five to shoot. Stremlow turns down the screen. Now off balance, blocked by Kimpson, and it's a shot clock violation. There hasn't been a ton of game pressure on Iowa here tonight, but a bucket here by Miami would start to create some.
And a bucket without Kyle on the floor is icing on the cake for Miami right now.
Canes have fought from behind all night. Kimpson mid-range jumper, no good.
Hayden sprinting the floor.
Rewarded with a touch. He shoveled it off to Stolke, and Raviv stripped it away. Can Raviv create some of the magic she had here on Thursday when she scored 22? Difficult against Feuerbach, outstanding defender. Raviv with a deep two, not the shot Trisha Cullip wanted. Vlasic all over Stremlow. A dead ball gives Miami a chance to get Rashea Kyle back in.
I mean, Miami's got to go on a run here with the way Iowa can score.
Stremlow with a pull-up. It's short. Miami's getting the stops they need. They just can't get any scores at the offensive end of the floor.
We were talking about during the break. I mean, overall, Miami has played fairly well. Defensively, they've been good. I mean, this Iowa team, the 61 points, came in tonight averaging 87. They just haven't shot the ball very well. The free throw line has been their friend.
Much different from what it's been throughout the season. Below 60% coming in for Tricia Cullop's team. But they're above that mark tonight. And what's interesting, you and I were talking about this at shoot-around today before the game. Neither of these teams had played a particularly challenging schedule to this point. Both of them were in the top 10 in scoring defense. And even here tonight, on a bigger stage and going back to Thursday night, showing why they are outstanding defensively. Long pass to Stokey is caught, but rejected by Okolo.
Well, the home run, I should say the touchdown pass to Hannah Stokey there, and defense doesn't give up on that. Great timing by Okolo. She got a little hand, but still, great effort.
Okolo with a deflection out of bounds to Miami. With the effort defensively from Okolo and Tipner and Kimson has been tremendous for the Canes.
Well, just led a little bit too much as Hannah Stokey and Okolo's going after it, and that might have been off of Miami. This game gets interesting if Miami can get a bucket.
Kimson doubled on the baseline. Blazik with a pull-up. She cashes in, and it's a 4-point game. Timeout, Iowa. An 8-0. 4 turnovers here in the fourth quarter. Everybody's gone cold. Even Ava Hayden has missed her last 2. Under 3 minutes to go here in Orlando. Hayden, travel.
The set play for Miami is to go up and in. They're looking for the high-low. They just get it from Stremlow. And as she turns, I think there was space there. Again, that's how she loses her balance.
Okolo trying to bounce it inside. Stokey kicked it. So the shot clock will reset to 20 with 2:37 remaining.
Tremendous battle going on in the low post between Kyle and Hayden right now.
Kimson, she's had a hot hand offensively. Kyle got position and finished with a left hand. Down to a 2-point game. 10 in a row scored by Miami.
Diagonal back screen for Stokey, down screen for McCabe.
Stokey kicks, McCabe off the mark, and Miami can tie or take the lead with a 3.
Kimson missed. Blazik with the run out.
Kimson, it bounces off. Hayden once again altering that shot. Big stop for Iowa. It's now nearly 7 minutes without a point for the Hawkeyes. Hayden kicks to Stokey. Bierbach can't find any room off that screen. Stokey has to hoist it. Up. Kyle has it poked away. Hayden forces her to about 15 feet out. Dribbling it in, Stokey comes to double. She lost her balance, and it's out of bounds to Iowa.
Well, Kyle catches the ball well outside of the paint, so she's trying to create. That's a good no call. She just lost her balance.
A Miami player that came into the area as Kyle was trying to make her move, brought an extra defender and a lot of traffic. Can Miami come up with one more defensive stop? Stolke's pass deflected. Stremlo down the lane. Gibson got a piece of that. Stremlo dribbles it back out. Shot clock at 6. Stremlo with room, pull-up jumper is short, and she collects the rebound.
Miami's got a foul here because there's basically 3 seconds difference.
3 second
but Trisha
differential.
Combs telling them to foul.
And Blasick grabs Kylie Fierbach. That's the last person that you want to foul, but Miami
it's only the 4th
is below
team
the limit.
foul, so that's why get that foul.
So 3rd team foul. Miami has to commit 2 more fouls to put Iowa on the line. Ideally, you'd want Stolke. She's the lowest percentage free throw shooter. Still got 1 more to give. They do foul Stolke, but no free throws coming, and 14.6 seconds remaining.
If I'm Miami, I'm trying to get a steal here on the pass. And then you go for the foul.
And now they're going to take Stolke and have her inbounded. So the worst free throw shooter is the inbounder for Iowa. The Hawkeyes have shot only 6 free throws in the game. Errant pass, out of bounds to Miami. Well, now the officials are going to come to. Reviewed to inbound for the Canes. Ball deflected away from Kyle, and Iowa comes up with a steal. Fierbach is fouled with 11.1 seconds to go.
We started this game talking about how it'd be Miami's defense against Iowa's offense. Well, Iowa's defense just comes up huge. McCabe gets in there and deflects the ball.
So 2 free throws for Kylie Fierbach, who hasn't missed at the line this year. She's 9 for 9.
I gotta tell you, that silence was deafening as she stepped up to the free throw line.
1 more to make it a 2-possession game. Remember, Miami is out of timeouts. Fierbach cans both.
Revive just needs to go straight to the rim. Don't waste time trying to get the 3.
Drive, score, 4 seconds to go. 63-61, timeout, Iowa. Iowa does have a timeout if Stolke has any trouble getting it in.
I like that Miami went big on the ball.
Kyle kicked the inbound pass. No time came off the clock.
Miami trying to get into this stack and face guard. Iowa staying tight, trying to prevent them from getting in the stack. Why that's important, depending on which direction Iowa wants to go, it gives them a step.
Fierbach has it. Fouled by Adams with 2.9 remaining. And again, Fierbach 100% at the line this year. She's 11 for 11, including the 2 she just hit.
She hits 2, it's over, because that would be a 2-possession ball game. Little offense-defense substitution getting Revive back in this game.
First miss of the year for Kylie Fierbach, and Miami has some life. Again, the Canes are out of timeouts. Hits the second, 3-point game. They roll it, Revive, poked away. It'll stay with Miami, 1.5. and a chance for Miami to try to execute an inbounds play here.
I don't agree with the rolling there. She would.
Raviv will throw it in. She gets it to Kimson, that for the tie, off the back of the rim, and Iowa survives.